Hi, guys. I'm Marie, and I've spent the past 15 years working as a creative entrepreneur, first building a fashion design and production company. And for the past 5 years, I've been running my own floral and event design studio here in Manhattan. And here's something I've noticed most floral designers I've talked to had a previous career. So it's usually the second or third act. So they have a set of skills and system thinking and production management that they're bringing in. And those previous skills, it's exactly what led them to scale their business without sacrificing quality. I see this pattern. A lot of people are winning beautiful work. The clients are very happy with the work. But at the end of the year, we're looking at the margins, we're looking at the books, and it's not enough money for the amount of work that went into it. The profits are not there. The first thing people usually think is that my pricing is off. But I'm going to challenge you in this video to see how your process could be what's leaving money on the table for you. Today, I want to walk through three specific areas that I see so many designers leaving money on the table. And the good news is none of them has anything to do with asking the client for more budget. It's about working smarter and how you can keep more of the budget that you already have. The first problem usually starts with a proposal. A lot of event designers lead with itemization. So, proposal shows how much is for a bridal bouquet, how much is for a centerpiece, and this is what we'll be using, and this is the price for the installation, the labor fee, the design fee. This itemization can feel like you're being very clear and very thorough to the client, but what you're actually doing is inviting negotiation on every line, which is a massive time suck and also has a very high emotional labor cost. What I usually do, I lead with two very clean design directions. I give the client two options, option one or option two, and I lead with story. I lead with fantasy. I invite them to see themselves in each of the designs. So I'm not saying for $2,000, you're getting this. I'm saying, which of these visions do you see yourself in? Which one speaks to you? Which one of these roles create a sense of intimacy for you? Then the client falls in love with the warmth, the feeling, and what they want to experience versus, oh my God, this is going to cost me a lot. Wait, am I saving money here? Can I save money there? A story driven proposal creates a boundary that will save you a lot of time later and energy. The conversation stops being, what am I getting for those $2,000 versus which one of the stories speak to me as a person and I want to experience. That's a very different negotiation and one that will save you time and emotional labor costs later. Now, production day. I see a lot of designers hire many designers and they're all working together, sometimes two, three, four at a time in the studio, collaborating. And it looks beautiful. It feels collaborative. But you know what? It's also very expensive. Here's a different model: one head designer, one junior designer, and maybe a studio assistant if needed. The head designer owns the whole design direction and is responsible for the junior designer and the studio assistant. They execute the more complicated pieces, and the junior designer executes less complicated ones. And the studio assistant can do mechanics, prep work, package everything, label everything. Each person has a designated role before they even walk in the door. Why? Because the creative heavy lifting happened way before production day. Your recipes are locked, your stem counts are decided, your mechanics are prepped. What might look like less creativity in the studio is actually the result of more creativity in the planning phase. When you work this way, you do the same quality of work with 1/3 of the labor cost. That's not cutting corners, that's efficiency. And efficiency is profit. Most floral designers talk design as they go. As they get closer to the event date, they start to think, okay, I have to figure out what I'll need, how much this is going to cost, how long it will take. It feels flexible, it feels responsive, but it also means you're discovering problems much closer to your production date or maybe even on your production day instead of preventing them in advance. What if instead every detail was pre-engineered? Shows exactly what stem counts for every arrangement. Your production timeline shows who does what in what order and how long each step takes. Your team knows a role before they arrived. This isn't rigid, it is rigorous. There's a difference. You're building systems that is efficient enough. You never have to compromise quality. You get beautiful work done and you keep healthy margins. Your client's budget is fixed. If they give you $12,000, you cannot charge them $15,000. And the work also should not cost you $15,000. You can capture a lot more of your budget by working more efficiently. The proposal set the tone early on so the clients start negotiating, which saves you time and emotional labor. Your labor structure means you're not overstaffing, and your planning means you're not discovering problems as you go mid production. Together, they mean the $12,000. Together, that means that $12,000 that your client gave you actually stays in your business. If this resonates with you, I'd love to stay in touch. I share practical insights on the business of floral design, production, pricing, design, planning, and how to build a studio that's as strong operationally as it is creative. You can sign up for my newsletter in the link below. But more than that, I want you to think about where in your process are you being efficient? Not in your design, but in how you work. That's usually where the margins are hiding. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.